Bună seara! În seara aceasta avem invitat la Ambasador România un ambasador al unei țări care a trecut prima prin focurile lui Putin. Este vorba despre Georgia, o țară mică, însă o țară sufletistă, o țară cu un popor foarte sufletist, cu un popor creștin-ortodox, la limita dintre Asia și Europa, o țară conjurată de, să spunem, țări puternice față de Georgia, de Turcia, de exemplu, un gigant în zona respectivă, de alte țări, însă Georgia rămâne, din punctul meu de vedere, așa cum am învățat despre această țară, așa cum am documentat și cum știu, o țară extrem de importantă, de aceea l-am și invitat pe ambasadorul Georgiei astăzi. Rămâne o țară foarte importantă pentru Europa, pentru că este în acest moment la limita dintre Europa și Asia. Rămâne o țară importantă pentru că Georgia are în ADN-ul ei un ADN european. Are în ADN-ul ei valori europene. De aceea merită susținută, de aceea Georgia merită ajutată, de aceea Georgia merită cunoscută. Foarte puțini români cunosc foarte multe despre Georgia, însă este o țară cu un potențial turistic extraordinar, este o țară cu oameni extrem de primitori și de binevoitori, este o țară tolerantă, dar mai multe despre țară și despre ce s-a întâmplat în războiul de 6 zile cu Rusia. Un război extrem de greu pentru Georgia și pentru georgieni. Vom afla de la ambasadorul Georgiei în România. Îl salut cu această ocazie și sigur o să schimb în limba engleză. Mr. Ambassador or Ilia, because we are almost at the same age, I'm very happy that you accepted my invitation.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine. I'm glad to be here on this show.
The Georgian, as I learned from you before coming, the Georgian authorities have very much trust in the young people, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Because you explained me that for your age, 48, 49 years old, you are old in your system.
Exactly, I can say so. Because our Prime Minister, for example, nowadays he is 33 years old.
33?
Our former President, when he became President, he was 36 years old. We have ministers aged 28, 30, 33, so it's not a problem.
Well, that's something to recognize as a positive thing, because all communists are away from
exactly.
It
was, I think, well, I apologize to my, let's say, father and his generation, but it was the move from Georgian government to install more young generation, to get rid, let's say, of this communist mentality, what we inherited after 70 years of forcefully living in communist era.
Before going to serious subjects like, unfortunately, the war you were involved in and the situation at that time, and also knowing a little bit about Georgia and your plans and the geopolitical situation, I want to know a little bit about you as a person. The Romanian people are very interested to know the person behind those which are writing reports to their capitals. So who's Ilia?
Well, you are telling me that you really want me to tell who is Ilia?
Yes.
Who is Embasador? Well, I'm an ordinary person, ordinary Georgian,
okay,
who is working here as a diplomat, as an ambassador, representing my country. But in other ways, all the diplomats and all the ambassadors, they are not different from other people. We have ordinary life, we have families, we have our bosses, we have our friends, we have our
yes,
people with whom we spend our time. So
how do you spend your time here when you are not an ambassador? What are your hobbies?
Well, I do a lot of stuff. I travel a lot. I go around the country. I like, by the way, Romanian food. But
you do? What kind? Give me an example.
Well, you have quite nice food, but frankly speaking, compared to Georgian food, because we have ambition that we have one of the best cuisines in the world.
Wow.
So we have similar food like mamaliga, we have also
okay,
in Georgia, which is a little bit different. It's white colored, it's from white corn. And sometimes we do it with the cheese. I think Georgian mamaliga is better, frankly
well,
speaking.
I have to defend my country.
Placinta, we have khachapuri, world famous dish, Georgian khachapuri. which is also very good and tasty. Unfortunately, there is no Georgian restaurant in Bucharest, but all my friends who have tried the Georgian food, they're asking me when it will be opened, when most probably very soon we'll have Georgian restaurant in Bucharest, and I personally invite you to try real Georgian food.
Thank you very much. I will be happy to come. How did you adapt to the Romanian life here? I mean, it's okay?
I love it. Frankly speaking, I love it. First of all, I feel like home. Maybe because of, I don't know, mentality, people. I really feel that I am in the country, in the friendly country, in the friendly environment. Of course, I will not speak about political support and friendship, and let's say, I should say that Romania is for sure one of the, if not the biggest, one of the biggest supporter of Georgia politically, and we always see and feel real Romanian support. And I mean, politically speaking, let's say, I don't have any problems here, vice versa. Let's say all the doors, relevant doors are open for Georgian ambassador, and I'm really thankful to Romanian government, to President, Prime Minister, ministers. Everyone is very friendly, and they really want, I feel that they want Georgia to succeed and to advance and to develop. Ordinary Romanian people are very nice, very friendly, and I'm really happy that I'm here.
Well, the polite things being done, let's go to the serious
But it's not politics, it's truth. It's truth. Probably most of ambassadors will say that, but I really mean it from the bottom of my heart.
I feel that, and I am very grateful for the nice words about our people. Let me go now
and I'm sorry, we are neighbors actually. Maybe we don't have same border, but Black Sea
yes, the Black Sea
is and we consider the people across the sea our neighbors, and we respect our neighbors. Traditionally, Georgians respect their neighbors.
Well, you know, you mentioned the Black Sea, and now, of course, I'm going to another question. What happened with that plan of having a ferry?
It's installed. The ferry is there. After many years of suspension, ferry is working. With the
trips to Romania?
There is a ferry. Every Thursday, ferry leaves from Constanța directly to Batumi, Georgian port. It's a triangle. Then the ferry goes to Ilichevsk. Actually, Ukr-Ferry, Ukrainian company, is operating the ferries. They're active. There are lots of goods, and I'm sure the trade volume will increase very soon. But it will take the trucks. I mean, it's not for the passengers at this stage.
Not for passengers,
but it's not for tourists. Yes, I mean there are the cabins for the passengers, but for the let's say for the drivers of the trucks. And you get in Georgia in somewhere 35 hours directly from Constanța directly to Georgia, crossing all the way the Black Sea.
Well, I think it would be useful also for tourists from Romania or the Europe to go to Georgia. Maybe you could have a ferry line for them as well. I'm
sure when there will be possibility to have tourists also on that ferry, on the other ferry, there will be lots of interest.
Because I think a beautiful country.
You have a beautiful country, and I like it very much. It looks like lots of places looks like Georgian places a lot. Your nature looks like Georgian nature. We have a little bit higher mountains, little bit more rivers, let's say, little bit more deep Black Sea. But I know that lots of Romanians, by the way, according to the figures, last year the Romanian tourists' visit to Georgia increased by 17%. Yes, I personally.
17% out of 100 or out of 10,000?
It was not too much, but still, it's a good sign that it's increasing. Together with the Romanian Patriarchy, we arranged the trip of Romanian pilgrims to Georgia in September, end of September. It was an amazing trip. Everyone was very happy. We traveled around the Georgia in the saint places. It lasted 8 days. And now these trips are planned, and in June, July, August, September, we will see more Romanians traveling to Georgia.
That is very good.
And I will also try to arrange Georgian tourists coming to Romania, because really you have lots of things to see here.
Thank you very much. And let's go to more serious stuff now. Ilia, tell me something. You experienced, of course, not like the Ukrainian country, but you experienced the war with Russia. The 6 days war when it started in 2008. I want to ask you several questions on this subject because now we are in a situation where it's very much on the agenda and people are interested, the Romanian people are interested. What is Russia doing? What is happening in Ukraine, our neighbor? What is happening with the other neighbors we have, which are not really friendly? What happens with Georgia as well? What happens with the whole region, the Baltics? And I would like to ask you, how really started the war in Georgia? Because the official line is that you have sent the militia in Ossetia, and Russians felt obliged to protect their citizens and come with the guns and come with the army. So what is the reality?
First of all, let me go to the beginning of your question. Okay. You mentioned that we experienced war with Russia, but not like Ukrainians. This is not exact interpretation what happened there. Yes, we had 6 days, let's say, hot hostilities, hot war, but compared to Ukraine, we are in actual war with Russia for last decades. After dissolution of Soviet Union and after declaration of Georgian independence, we have direct or indirect war with Russia. So, well, I don't want to compare with Ukrainians, but we are in much difficult situation for many years. Now about the war that we send militia there. First of all,
no, I'm telling you what is the official line of the Russian propaganda.
Yes. Thank you that you highlighted that it's Russian propaganda. Whoever says that Georgia started the war, they are simply, one is that they are supporting Russian propaganda and they are pro-Russians, or if they are not Russian propagandists, let's say, they just want to ignore the fact and they just want to turn blind eye on reality, what happened. Blind eye on blunt violation of international law, fundamental principles.
Absolutely.
And they want to justify their hesitance to help Georgia, to support Georgia. They want to justify the inaction, what they did. Unfortunately, this is the case. So what happened in 2008, Russia officially, I mean, they had, throughout all these years, they had their militia, their armed forces, their intelligence services in place in Tkhinvali region and in Abkhazia. What happened in 2008, 7th of August, they officially crossed the Georgian state border and they invaded Georgia. This is the short version, short brief of the real facts, what happened. So after that, we got the war. And what we got, we have now occupation, we have now occupied regions. More than 20% of Georgian territory is occupied, one of the best places, especially Abkhazia, Tkhinvali region. And we have Russian military forces stationed only 40-50 kilometers away from the capital. From the capital of Georgia.
Wow. This is not making you feeling very comfortable because now Russia is in expansion. It's very aggressive. So my question to you is that if you feel threatened by this extremely aggressive attitude of Russia these days.
Oh, of course, there is a threat. Unfortunately, international community did not took our warning and alarm. The alarming bell that we rang during 2008 that Georgia is not the end. Unfortunately, everyone thought that the Russian would finish their meal with Georgia. It's not the case, and we were telling to everyone, formally, informally, you can find the archive where our government declares that you have to understand Georgia is only beginning. And we were telling actually that Ukraine may be the next. And now officially,
you warned them.
Of course. There
Ukraine?
are the footages. You can find it. You can find it easily on the internet, and I help you to find it. That we were saying that Ukraine can be the next. Doesn't matter which country, which republic, whoever behaves not in the line what is declared by Kremlin, they are under threat. This may happen to everyone. No one is safe, unfortunately, in our region.
Ilia, you are saying now a truth which hurts a lot, but I'm happy you are saying it because I'm saying it very often. And of course, our guest ambassadors behave on a diplomatic, on their diplomatic agenda, and I understand them. But
trust me, I'm trying to be as diplomatic as possible, but
no, but you are also very blunt, and this is another quality of Georgians and Romanians. We are blunt. And
we love truth, maybe that's why.
Sorry?
We love truth, to
we
say
love the truth. And the truth is that Russia, because this was one of my questions, but you already answered, and we will go into details.
Please.
Russia did not invaded Georgia and Ukraine separately. It was a plan, a master plan, built by Putin and put it in place while the Western countries are making business with Russia.
For sure. You are right. Absolutely correct. Well, sometimes when we discuss these issues, informally, of course, with my colleagues, with different ambassadors or politicians, sometimes I hear that they say that Russian President Vladimir Putin is unpredictable. I totally disagree with this. He is very predictable.
I agree with you.
As soon as he got his post, he declared that biggest geopolitical mistake of 20th century was dissolution of Soviet Union. So immediately, before or after this declaration, the relevant brains in Kremlin or maybe Lubyanka or elsewhere, they put down the action plan, how to restore Soviet Union. Doesn't matter what you call it, Eurasian Union or whatever, this is the same thing. They want to, customs union, you can call it whatever you want. But the total point is to restore Soviet Union, which means Russian Empire. This is the whole point. Everything which will go against this Russian, unfortunately, current Russian regime will try to stop it with soft power, with hard power, with any possible options. So all the options for them are on the table.
Yes. What is now the situation? Because we will take a break of commercials, but before that, and then we'll continue. Tell me, what is the actual situation now with the armed forces at your border of Russia? Are they in alert, or they are just calm?
They are, I mean, we, after 2012, when we had elections and new government came to power, new government started the, let's say, constructive policy towards Russian Federation. But unfortunately, we did not get any positive feedback from the Russian side. Economically and the trade-wise, okay, the Russian market is open for Georgian mineral waters, for Georgian wine, Georgian citrus and agriculture products, but that's it.
So
otherwise,
you still have commercial business.
I mean, we didn't have it before 2012 because Russia banned our wine, which is well known and acceptable wine for Europe, for USA, for China. In every market, our wine is very popular. But
sorry, Ilia, we have to take a short
we need reclama break.
Yes, commercials, and then we'll come back with this very interesting discussion.
Please.
Publicitate.